Yeah, so an adult health clinical in on the floor situation, you'll have all these orders that you can go by, right? So if your patient's at 74, you need to do something about that. You don't need to run and go call the doctor and have him paged and wait on him to call back before you make a move, right? So there will be these blanket order statements. For example, it'll say titrate oxygen to keep above 94%. Okay, so that is your order. So if you walk into your patient's room and he's below that, you can apply that nasal cannula and work your way up like we were just discussing without having to page the doctor and wait on the physician to call back and do all those sorts of things. Now, you can't just go into your room and fix it and then, okay, I fixed it and just go about your day, right? That was a change in patient status. The physician needs to be notified, but what I want you guys to understand is that you don't need to delay care to your patient by calling the doctor and waiting for a page. Does that make sense? You have your blanket order that says titrate oxygen to keep above 94%. So you can titrate all these things that we've talked about to maintain that SAT above 94% and then do your documentation and notification after. Okay, so you do have that capability. Don't be scared, to do something in this realm of things. Like you have to get a direct order to put a non-rebreather on your patient. Does that make sense? So you have the full freedom to titrate oxygen.
How many liters at a time do you do, Miss Deese?
You just want to work it up incrementally. Does that make sense? You don't want to just jump. So, and you have to give it time to work. Okay, you can't just bump him up 2 liters and expect the points on the, if you're continually monitoring the oxygen, you don't want it just to just automatically go. It takes a minute. Okay, so that's another thing. So you might want to do it 2 at a time, especially on a nasal cannula. Bump a liter, wait, bump a liter, wait. If you see that he is not progressing, also depends on what our SAT is. If we're in the 70s, you're going to increment a lot faster. Okay, if our SAT's 88, 89, we're just going to work on a nasal cannula by a liter at a time and give it time to work, because the oxygen saturation is that device that goes onto your finger. All right, so it takes oxygen time to move throughout your body for that reading to catch up. Okay, so give it some time, and the lower the oxygen SAT, the more aggressive you need to be with treatment.